I am Priya Manohar, in charge of product development at the School Book Division, Purna Publications, Kerala. Normally, in our learning spaces, in the classrooms, our focus as good teachers is on giving our children the four main skills, which are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. But in today's world, we need to give our children much more. So, what do great teachers do? I have shortlisted 5 C's of the skills that great teachers definitely give their children. Let's start with the first C, communication. What is communication? Communication, simply speaking, is an exchange of information. There are basically two kinds of communication. One, verbal communication, and the other, non-verbal communication. Both are extremely important. Talking of verbal communication, these days our human smartness is getting boxed. So we have smartphones, we have smart tabs, we have smart TV. Unfortunately, there is hardly any communication in the real sense happening around us. It is diminishing. So, most of the speech therapists are seeing a spike in the problem cases where children are unable to speak well. Now, this speech is not a genetic speech deficiency, but it is because there is not enough auditory input. So it's extremely important for the teachers to talk, talk, and talk, and more importantly, to listen, listen, listen. So, active listening in classrooms is very, very important and is as important a part of communication as talking. So, remember the first C, communication. Let's move on to the second C, which is confidence. What is confidence? Is it an absence of fear? Absolutely not. Confidence is an ability to overcome fear. It is an understanding that mistakes happen. Never mind, it's not the end of the world. So, success is not absolute victory, and failure is definitely not absolute defeat. Nothing is absolute. So, confidence is about focusing on the positives and not looking at the weaknesses and groaning and moaning about the weaknesses. So, we have to help our children build their confidence by telling them that they can and how well they can in whatever are their positives. Let's look at the next C, which is creativity. Well, we just spoke about how everything is getting put into boxes. And creativity is about thinking out of the box. In fact, we are living in a time where there should be no boxes at all. A simple example to talk about creativity would be if I were to ask you to draw the picture of a house, what would it be like? Well, in most cases, it would be like this: a house which has a door and two windows. There is always a sun which is to one side of the house, and the sun will have irregular lines as rays of the sun. If you're slightly more creative, there would be a tree and maybe a couple of clouds on the top. Now, why is it that all drawings of houses look like this? Don't our houses have more windows than just two? Does it have just a single door? Is it always having a sloping roof? Well, these are things that we need to look at. So, creativity is about imagination. It is about giving the child the gift of wonder. Let them think out of the box. If possible, let there be no box at all. The next C that I would like to talk about is curiosity. Curiosity is a childlike emotion, a childlike excitement. And we take away that when we structure learning and only talk about subjects. So we categorize learning into English, math, EVS or general awareness, rhymes, stories, everything is about teaching and everything is about learning. But curiosity can be aroused through simple things like experiments in the classroom. So, for example, if I am teaching a concept of heavy and light, instead of just showing it as pictures or a chart, I can actually bring in a stone and a feather and do a science experiment with it. Let us start with predictions. Like, first, give the elements to the children. Let them touch and feel. Okay, this is definitely a stone and it is heavier than the feather. Next, get them to give you predictions. What will happen when I drop the stone into this tub of water? Well, what will happen when I drop the feather into the tub of water? Let the children think and come out with answers. Curiosity fuels logic, and it is extremely important to be logical as we move on in life and to have that beautiful quality called common sense. As we all see, common sense is the most uncommon. Next, the next beautiful C that I'm going to talk about is care and concern. Putting it simply, it would be empathy. These days we see robotics and artificial intelligence replacing moral science. Of course, you may argue that moral science is outdated. Do we need moral science? Well, the methodology of teaching values may be outdated and may need tweaking, but values never go out of fashion. They are a requirement that has to live with the child as the child grows. What robotics and artificial intelligence would do is bring out the power of a human being. But what care and concern and love and hugs and smiles and empathy bring out is the joy of being human. Yes, it is important to be a smart human being, but it is even more important to just being human. I hope you enjoyed this video on the 5 C's that we need to give our children. Communication, confidence, creativity, curiosity, and care and concern. If you have enjoyed this video, please do like it and subscribe to this channel by pressing on the bell icon. Thank you.